Tasher coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. It is that time of year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year where I rank the top 10 legendaries released in 2023.
That's it. I can't take it no more.
Welcome to the video, guys. I'm in a mood today. Sweet Revenge says good morning. Good morning if you're watching the video. Very nice of Sweet Revenge. I think of that System of a Down song. My sweet revenge.
No, God!
No? Anybody?
Please, no!
Anyway, sorry guys. We're gonna do the top 10 legendaries released in 2023. This is a year of feast and famine. There's a lot of bad legendaries. As a matter of fact, let me know if you want me to follow up this video with the worst 10 legendaries released in 2023 and how I would buff them as well. Plarium, if you're watching, if you're listening, we need some buffs. It's almost January, or it is January, close to. Buffs time, buff time, buff time.
I lost my hearing in this ear over there.
Anyway, guys, top 10 legendaries in order from 10 to 1. Without further ado, let's jump right into it here, guys. I want to know, before we get to number 1, before we even get to number 10, who would be your number 1 2023 legendary champion?
Oh, trying to steal my ideas.
I thought about adding mythics to the list and epics too, and then I'm like, dude, there's so many good mythicals. They would hog all the airtime. That's not cool, right? So anyway, let's start out in number 10 here, guys. I only have one tie on the list, and it's here at number 10. I just couldn't decide between these two champions, honestly, and it's Valkonen. Dude, this guy surprised the hell out of me. I love him. You need a bookmark to read this dude's kit. I mean, you have to dust off your bookmarks, right? Any of you guys read a lot? Old-fashioned reading? I try to. Little spurts. I do like reading. I do audiobooks, and then I read for maybe 15 minutes and my mind starts to get a little antsy. Like, why are we sitting here looking at words? Need more stimulation. It's the gift and the curse of the technology age that we live in, right?
It's called laziness.
This dude, I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna read this entire thing because it would be like reading a full book. But he's really good. He way better than I expected, right? He's an AoE with Hex, does damage to each target individually. Really cool champion. Does a lot of damage. I wasn't expecting him to be as big and capable as a nuker as he actually is. Even with the 1531 base attack, you never know in this game. That could mean nothing, you know? Why you facing the other way, Valkonen, bro?
Looking around here, I can tell you're a genuinely dirty person.
I'm being kind to you, man. You're on the list, number 10, but you're still on it, dude. But the thing that I really love about him more than anything is Death's Bargain and the fun stuff that you can do in the arena with this ability. You can sacrifice a Sun Wukong, a Nogdar the Headhunter. You get a 75% turn meter fill. You get True Fear and a weaken on all enemies, and it can't be resisted or blocked, meaning if they have blocked debuffs, it doesn't matter. They're going to get the True Fear. That's powerful in its own right. But then Malice Unleashed, dude, I was not ready for the insane 350k, 400k damage. Plus, if they're under every buff known to man, it doesn't matter. He's stealing them all before attacking, and it can't be resisted. So they can be under block damage and everything else. It doesn't matter, right? Unless it's a protected, like, Siffy buff or something like that. But boy, and it's a deny revival. Where the heck does it even say that? Block revive down here. Where does it even places a block revive debuff? The target is killed. There you go. I love Valkonen, man. I was so impressed with him. He comes in at number 10. Again, the only tie of the video is going to be with the rabbit, Razzlevarg. I never went for the Razzlevarg fusion. Dude, I was looking at him really quick for a second while I was turning him around, and I never noticed that he has a wolf on his shoulder.
That's why they call me the lone wolf on my back there.
I never noticed that until I was staring him dead in the eye. Anyway, Razzlevarg, you can just look at his wolf version or whatever. Is it a wolf? I don't even know.
During a normal full moon, a wolf bite will kill you.
Either way, that bunny does not mess around. I regret not going for him, guys. He's got a triple hitter, turn meter fail, he's got a leech. All of his abilities scale on speed. He's all about speed. He places increased speed, he places increased accuracy on an AoE as well. And then for every increased speed he places, it increases his speed by 5 up to 100. He can be the fastest champion in the game with that awesome passive ability, and his damage can scale up accordingly. He brings the leech. I mean, he's just such a cool champion. Great for a lot of clan boss teams as well. All right, number 9, guys. This was the year. You have to go way back to March or April, but this was the year of the Supremes. The Supremes. I'm not talking about the band. I'm talking about the Supreme Galex, the Supreme Kales, the Supreme Starters. And overall, I don't know about you guys, but I was pretty underwhelmed. I mean, none of them are, well, I think Supreme Athel's pretty bad personally. I was hoping for a lot better. Not a big fan. Supreme Kale, Supreme Elhain are all right. Supreme Galek is better in my opinion. Supreme Kale's maybe a bit better too, but none of them really blew me away, maybe with the exception of course, the only one I don't have in Supreme Galek. He's great for Hydra Clan Boss, and he's coming in at number 9 on our list. He's got a 4-time hitter with an instant activator on HP burns on his A2. He brings his own increased attack, kind of paying homage to the original Galek. He's got an AoE with an HP burn and a block buffs, and a decreased speed if they have higher than 50% turn meter on a 3-turn cooldown, and then it all comes together with, on a 4-turn cooldown, Laugh at Danger. Whenever this champion receives a fear, true fear, freeze, provoke, specifically the true fear, right? Instantly removes it, then fully heals this champion and grants an extra turn. That's awesome, man. That's a busted ability. I love it. You can throw them in Relentless to get more extra turns to bring this cooldown down as well. But the extra turn already is going to bring it down to 3. I really love Supreme Galek for Hydra specifically. And this is, in a lot of ways, the year of Hydra with Hydra Clash and the rewards and everything else. Anyway, let's move it along here at number 8. Number 8, everybody has this dude. Unless you just started playing. If so, I'm sorry. It's Sun Wukong. You know what? A few people in the comments gave me grief saying this dude was going to be pretty good at first glance at his kit. And I think he's lived up to expectations, maybe and then some, guys. I mean, this little monkey, he's amazing. He's so good. He's the only champion in the game that has an AoE that can steal all buffs. Not 1, not 2, all from all enemies. And then he slaps them with the block buffs afterward just to add insult to injury. On his A2, Staff of Wonder, he can turn a stupid UDK and Stone Skin into a sheep, right? Or anybody for that matter. And then if he kills them, that excess damage or whatever that cannot be critical, I mean, half the time it's enough to wipe everybody out, right? It's a hard-hitting ability. Ignore 50% of the target's defense. So he's a nuker. He's kind of a buff stealer, stripper, control. And then he's got the, of course, the unbeatable Wukong. Revives himself, 100% HP, 100% turn meter, 3 turns after he was killed. You can't get rid of the dude. You just cannot get rid of him. Sun Wukong comes in at number 8. Number 7, another champion that I don't have. You can never say that I'm biased towards champions that I have. By the way, really quick honorable mention now that I see him to the Christmas tree. I think he's a Christmas tree, right? Doesn't he look like ornaments on his... Yeah, he's definitely a Christmas tree.
Don't make fun of me.
I'm serious.
This dude, I thought he was very close to making the list. Anyway, we're not going to review champions not on the list. Emic Trunkheart. I didn't go for him. And again, I wish I did. He's really cool. He's got an AoE with a shield. He's got increased shield, but then he's got the unkillable on all allies with a taunt on himself, a shield on himself as well. He really, you know, he took a, what's his face? Rorik?
Say my name again.
Ruar, not Rorik. Ruar. I'm getting all my bad legendaries confused. He took Green Warden Ruar and he's like, this is how a taunt kit should work, Green Warden. No offense to Green Warden. He's not awful, but he's not my fave.
That's not my problem. It's yours.
But he's got the taunt and the unkillable. It's really powerful ability. And then when attacked under a shield, has a 75% chance win booked of increasing the cooldown of a random skill on the attacker by 2 turns. Occurs once per attack. I mean, this is very annoying. I actually see him run a little bit inside the arena with this ability as well. Hey, if you went after Emic, do you agree with his positioning on my list, coming in at number 7? Do you think I'm too high on him, too low? He has HP in all battles. Would be curious to see what you guys think, but I did regret not going for him. Some honorable mentions maybe to a Claydna, to an Oella. Didn't make the list, but they're really capable, especially Oella. Legendaries out there. Coming in at number 6, this is where I feel like maybe we go from A+ to S tier, right? We're moving into territory where you could probably make the argument that most of these champions could be the best. Just depends on where you're using them, right? Okay, and what you need on your account. So it's Shan. Suzanne the Valorous is, I just love this champion. She's super fast. She's very tanky, 1310 defense, 21, almost 22k on the HP. She got block active skills for 2 turns, 50% land rate on her A1, 55 with the sniper mastery. She's got this ability, Purging Petals. Is this the same ability? Isn't this what Lady Kimmy's ability is called? Purging Petals? Digression. Oh, Flurry of Petals.
I am 100% original.
Sorry. The Shadowkin legendary women, they're all about their petals. They're all about their petals. Get her flowers for Valentine's Day because she loves them. Purging Petals. I guess if she's purging them, maybe she doesn't love them, huh?
I didn't, but even if I did, it's none of your business.
She grants an extra turn or she can cure sheep. So both of these, incredibly unique. We get to choose an ally to grant an instant turn. That allows you to do some incredibly crazy things with her. For example, in the arena, I like using her with like an Anithwi Blood Twin. I'll throw attack percentage boots on Anithwi. He has deny revival on anybody he touches, basically. So we can build them really slow and she can, boom, give them an instant turn, basically catch them up to her speed in a way, right? And then he goes in there and denies revival before they can get their buffs up, you know, the enemy team. I don't know, that's just one combo. I have a whole video on her. You can do some awesome things. You can use her in like Dark Fae, for example, to get your CC champion next up in line. Make sure you, or your nuker for that matter, your Baron, just wipe everybody out, right? Really powerful and unique ability. And then she has Charge the Valorous as a turn meter filled with increased speed, turn meter decreasing with decreased speed. It's very similar to an Energize ability with a Sandra. Really nice to have the decreased speed there too, albeit a 20% instead of a 30% turn meter, change here. But man, who cares? She's so freaking good. Increases champions' accuracy based on how much speed they have. Oh, I love where they're going with these. You know, it's tough to build, right? Some of these champions with enough accuracy and speed and resist, whatever they're doing, right? So I love like the Sovereign Sight. I love when champions have this built-in ability that charges up one stat based on another stat that you're going to be building them on anyway. So I love her speed and arena battles, by 30% as well. She's number 6. We're going into the top 5 territory. Coming in at number 5, guys, you may have forgotten he was even released this year. We have to go all the way back to, I want to say January of 2023. It's Pythion, man. Dude, Pythion. He's so good, huh?
I am amazing.
I mean, he has damage mitigation. In some situations, better than Duchess on the passive here. In some situations, worse. And in all situations, incredible to have on your team. Allies receive 5% less damage from skills for each buff on them, up to 25%. He's got the revival on a 4-turn cooldown with a big version of strengthen. He's got the cleanse, he's got the heal, he's got the block debuffs as well, all on the same ability. He's got the resist in all battles. Just a great overall support reviver for your team. Number 4. Ooh, number 4, guys. Actually, we didn't have to go far. It's Sulfuron.
Sulfuron.
Easy to say. Come on, man. He's the lizard who's on fire, man. He's painful just to look at. Are you okay, big fella? Are you okay? Either way, he's all about the burn. First of all, this dude's super fast, nice and tanky. He's so good, man. He's so good. I feel like you can make a low-key argument he might be number 1. I don't have him. Boy, do I. He's probably my most wanted legendary in the game. Attack one enemy, fills the champion's turn meter, fills the turn meter of all allies except this champion by 10% when attacking a target under burn. So that should be easy given the rest of his kit, right? Having them under burn. So you're getting a 10% turn meter fill on everybody on the A1. Pretty solid. Blazing Barrier, 3-turn cooldown when booked, okay? Plays a burn on all enemies for 3 turns, and then on the same AoE ability, also activates all those burns. Places a shield based on the damage inflicted by those burns on all allies, capped at 25k HP, which honestly, in areas like Hydra, not a hard cap to get to. And then, Rise from Ash. I don't know, something about this title. It's genius. Whoever thought of this title for a skill was just absolutely Einstein level genius. Revive. He's got a revive. On a 5-turn cooldown, he's reviving all dead allies with an extra turn. Why not? His pyroclastic boon, I'm not going to read it all to you guys, but he's doing all kinds of stuff. Healing based on burns, turn meter based on burns. He's great on Spider. He's healing in Spider. He's got decreased resistance if it's remove the burns. He's doing so much. Increases his speed for each active burn. And he's already fast at 109. Oh, he's so freaking good. HP all battles by 33%. You know, after going through his kit, I'm like,
Wait, should he have been number 1? I don't know.
Number 3, though, speaking of burners, Artak. So, here's the thing. Let's read Artak's kit again, even though we're all familiar with it. And then let's say, you know, should we have put Sulfuron in front of him? He has an AoE on his A1 with the extension of burns. Already out the gate, he's like, yeah, what up, man? I got an AoE on the A1. You like a 10% turn meter, Phil? I got an AoE with extensions. Another AoE with instant activation and a decreased attack on the A2. Yeah, I don't regret putting them. They're quite different and they're impossible to compare. And yeah, I think I'd probably just go with the Void Legendary. But man, Artak is really busted. He's an HP-based champion. Obviously, he has a lot of HP, so he's easy to keep alive. There's so many cool builds for this dude. As a matter of fact, I have my favorite Artak build coming to you guys in about 3 days. That's right, like 6 months to a year after this champion was released, I finally found the best build on this dude. And no, it's not regen. No, it's not relentless. Stay tuned. Anyway, attacks all enemies not once, but twice on a 3-turn cooldown. First hit places burns for 2 turns, restored destroyed max HP, heals this champion by his max HP for every burn, blah, 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 blah. Whenever a burn is activated, destroys his champion's max HP, stacks up to 5%, increases his damage, crit damage, defense by 1% for each 1% of their destroyed max HP, so you can like supercharge him. I see a lot of people build him without the 100% crit rate, without the crit damage. I found that you can get a lot more damage out of this dude, especially with that passive, if you do actually build him with the 100% crit rate and a little crit damage. What about you guys? Let me know what you think of Artak coming in at number 3. Number 2 on the list, guys. We go over to the good old, good old Ogryn tribes. Grazer, Iron Gut. Yeah, man, this dude changed the game. He changed the game in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways. And when I did my top 25 champions in the game video last month or whatever, a lot of you guys said that this guy is the new Krisk, or the much better Krisk. Because I asked you guys in that video who you'd rather have, Grazer or Krisk. Overwhelmingly, you guys said Grazer. So anyway, he's got defense in all battles, 33%. He's got an AoE with a shield on the A1. He's got, AoE shield on his A1. We're already starting out very good. Another AoE with a heal on himself and increase the duration of all buffs. But most importantly, the enemy max HP ability. This allows him to do staggering amounts of damage. He's doing like over 100 million damage all by himself on my highest difficulty Hydra Clan Boss team. I love this dude, man. Got an AoE provoke. He's got increased resistance and increased defense on all allies on a 3-turn cooldown. And then on his wall won't fall, he's got a heal and he's got an unkillable, right? He's got a heal every time. Whenever this champion's attacked, heals all allies except this champion by 70% of the damage received, 35% of the damage from boss attacks, has no cooldown on that heal. Yeah, that's a busted kit, man. The AoE shield, the buff duration, the enemy max HP ability snuck in there. What a sneak. Increased resistance, increased yeah, he brings so much to the table. And of course, coming in at number 1, say it with me, it's Newt. It's nuts, Newt, whatever you call him. I still think he's the best. I really do.
Boy, you are nuts. NVTS nuts.
Reason being is, we talked about quite a few. Grazer's so good. All these champions are so incredibly good. It's really a matter of who you like. But out of all of them, out of all of these dudes, all of these amazing champions, I still see, anecdotally from my experience, people using Newt more than any other champion in the game. He's got the highest base defense out of any champion that we've talked about by quite a bit, 1520. He's a defensive monster, but he's a DPS monster. He's amazing for Fire Knight normal and Fire Knight hard because of his Dwarven Might A1 ability. He's got it, and for anywhere else in the game for that matter, right? He's got the AoE with a decreased attack and weaken on all enemies, big version of both on a 3-turn cooldown and a counterattack on himself, leading to more freezes or turn meter. And then he's got Blessed Bash. I mean, you're probably sick of me saying it on Blessed Bash, but it's the hardest hitting ability against, you know, hardest hitting enemy max HP ability in the game, even over Acresia, because it's a triple hitter. I mean, how can you beat that? I mean, this dude, you can beat it with, like, you can argue that, you know, having an Acresia with an enemy max HP on every ability is, you know, in aggregate better over long duration. But man, this dude with the triple enemy max HP ability is absolutely just busted. He also heals himself by 30% of the damage dealt, which can be like a complete heal in many situations. And then when counterattacking, he's dealing 100% damage instead of 75%. That's like the cherry, the proverbial cherry on top of our nut here, ladies and gentlemen. We have accuracy in all dungeons by 80. Man, do you guys agree with me? That's number one. Newt is number one on our list. Do you agree with my list? Did I snub anybody? Leave any of your favorites off my list? Do you think that Newt should be a few spots down and somebody else should be a few spots up? Let me know in the comments below, guys. Thank you for watching. And as always, take care, guys.